Hi all my music-loving friends, it's Mr. Lavery here for another Music Fun Friday. Today our Music Fun Friday is going to be another read aloud story time. And our story is all about learning the musical instruments with our friend, the remarkable Farkle McBride. He's a very smart musical kid who doesn't know what instrument he wants to play in the orchestra. But at the end of the story, he learns about something he can do that uses every instrument at the same time. So I want you to hear my story, and maybe you can try pretending to play the instruments. You can think about which instrument would be your favorite that you would want to play, and you can comment on the video in your Google Classroom page. All right, so let's start our story today. The remarkable Farkle McBride. Oh, pity the prodigy, Farkle McBride. No matter what instrument poor Farkle tried, whether strumming or blowing or drumming or bowing, his musical passions were unsatisfied. When Farkle McBride was a 3-year-old tyke, all freckly, bony, and thin, he astounded his friends and his family alike by playing superb violin. How do you play the violin? Do you blow into it? No. Do you hit it? No. You strum the strings. He went reedly deedly deedly dee with all of the strings at his side. Reedly deedly deedly dee, the remarkable Farkle McBride. But when he was 4, Farkle played it no more. In spite of his parents' beseeching, he shattered the records he used to adore. He smashed up his rosin, ripped up every score. He threw fiddle and bow to the living room floor and shouted, "Enough of your screeching." He doesn't like his instrument anymore. When Farkle was 5, his melodical gift once again bore rhapsodical fruit. The woodwinds inspired his spirits to lift as he rapidly mastered the flute. How do you play the flute? Show me how you play the flute at home. He went roodly, toodly, toodly too, with all of the winds at his side. Roodly, toodly, toodly too, the remarkable Farkle McBride. But at 6, Farkle flung his flute into the lake, notwithstanding its lyrical trill. He stamped on the dock till you'd think it would break. "That's it," he exclaimed, "I've had all I can take. That tootling gives me a brutal headache. It's so whiny and wimpy and shrill." When Farkle was 7, a different sound rekindled his musical flame. He became the most expert trombonist around, and the boulevards buzzed with his name. Play the trombone with me. Womp, 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 womp. He went vroompity doompity doompity doom with all of the brass at his side. Vroompity doompity doompity doom, the remarkable Farkle McBride. But at 8 he declared, to his parents' despair, and as everyone else may have guessed, "I can't stand the trombone with its blat and its blare. That racket is more than my eardrums can bear. So return it or throw it away, I don't care. I despise it, just like all the rest." This page makes the music teacher very sad. You should never throw out your musical instruments. When Farkle was 9, both his father and mum were bursting with pride and affection. For Farkle learned xylophone, cymbals, and drums, the entire percussionist section. I know a lot of my friends in music class love the drums. He went boom, bash, clang-a-ma-clash, all the clamor that he could provide. Tinkly, bing-bong, bumpity crash, the remarkable Farkle McBride. Do you think that he's gonna keep playing that instrument? No. But soon he fell prey to his usual gloom, despite all the praise and the flattery. First a sigh, then a sulk, then a frown, then a fume, then an ear-splitting tantrum that emptied the room. I can't take it, he bellowed, the crash and the boom, and the clang and the bang of the battery. Poor Farkle at 10, howsoever renowned, reached the end of his musical tether. But then he discovered his favorite sound, musicians all playing together. It happened like this. The conductor caught cold on the day of a major recital. You've got to replace him, young Farkle was told. Your cooperation is vital. So he took the baton and he gave the downbeat, and kaboom, the foundations were shaken by glorious music, bombastic and sweet, that filled up the hall and spilled into the street. Music that brought the whole crowd to its feet from the instruments he had forsaken. They went reedily, toodly, voopity bang, bravo, all the spectators cried. Deedly, doodly, doompity clang, the remarkable Farkle McBride. Since that sparkling night, Maestro Farkle McBride conducts all the instruments he ever tried. His happy heart sings to brass, drums, winds, and strings, and remarkable Farkles at last. Satisfied. And you see at the end of the story, his mom and dad got him flowers. So that's our story today. What was your favorite instrument in the story? What would be the instrument that you would want to play if you could choose? I know I would love to play the trombone. That would be my favorite. So I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what your musical instrument would want to be. And friends, I hope that you have a great weekend, and I hope you enjoyed our story time. Bye.